Bobcats. I've gotten some questions on these problems that were assigned a couple days ago in a Google form. So I would like to work through these with you. We're going to talk about them and then figure out if we can figure out that missing angle, or the variable, I should say. First of all, let's talk about what we know about these angles. When you're looking at this angle and you see that little box in the corner, this tells us that the whole measure of this angle from this side all the way to this side is 90 degrees. So we know that the sum of those two angles is 90 degrees. So when I add this and this, I get 90. So let's do that. We know that this angle is 40 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to have 40 degrees plus this angle. Now, this looks odd. You're not used to seeing measures of angles with variables in them. But we're just going to take it like it is and say that this is the measure of this angle, and we're going to add it to that 40. Okay, so this angle 40 plus this, the measure of this angle, is going to equal 90, which is this whole thing. Now let's go ahead and solve it. Before I do that though, we have some like terms that we can combine, okay, because this is going to create a two-step equation. So I am going to add 40 and 14, and I get 54. Now, if you remember two-step equations, we always add or subtract what we can first. So we identify the side with a variable. There's a multiplication happening and an addition. So we're going to undo the addition first. The opposite of adding 54 is subtracting 54. So we have 36 over here, and then 54 minus 54 is 0. So we're just left with this part, 2q. Now I'm going to do the opposite of multiplying by 2, and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I get that q is equal to 18. Okay, so we have the information that we needed, and we should also double check and make sure that this angle and this angle do add up to 90 degrees. So I'm going to take 18 and I'm going to plug it back into this. So 2 times 18 plus 14. 2 times 18 is 36. 36 plus 14 is 50. So this angle is 50 degrees. Does 40 plus 50 equal the whole thing 90? It sure does. So you know that your answer is correct. Okay, and let's go on to the next problem. Let's see what we know about this. This is a straight line, which means that these angles right here add up to 180 degrees. So if this is the middle, we go around here, keep going, that's 180 degrees. So let's start with that bit of information that we know. We know that the total of those two angles is going to be 180 degrees. So this first angle right here is 2 times g plus 6. So 2 times g plus 6. So the measure of this angle plus the measure of this angle. Well, this angle right here is g. So I'm going to add g. So we have this angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degrees. Now before I go through the process of solving this two-step equation, I'm going to combine like terms. 2g plus another g is 3g. And then I have my plus 6. All right, now two things are happening to your variable. You're multiplying by 3 and you're adding 6. We always undo the addition and subtraction first when we're solving equations. So we will subtract 6 from both sides. And we get 174 and 3g. And then the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So I am going to divide both sides by 3, and I get that g is equal to. And if you're like me, I can't quite do that one in my head. I'm sure I could if I thought about it for a minute, but I'm just going to go for this. And that's 8. So 58 degrees. Now we do want to make sure that this is correct, so I'm going to plug in 58 over here because we know that's what G is. And then I'm going to plug in 58 for this expression too. So 2 times 58 plus 6. Okay, well 58 times 2, or sorry, yes, 58 times 2 is going to be 116 plus 6. And then 122 degrees. Does 56 and 122 add to 180? They do. So you know you've done your math correct, and G is 58 degrees. All right, please take a screenshot of any questions that you have and send them my way. I'd be happy to work them out for you. Have a great day, Bobcats.